That's all we have.
We were just talking over here, you had it one time when it came on, it was no public.
Calling to order the Cuyahoga County Council's regular meeting for Tuesday, July the 10th, 2018. Clerk, please call the roll.
Calling the roll, Ms. Conwell. Mr. Jones. Ms. Brown. Mr. Hauser. Ms. Simon. Ms. Simon stepped out for a moment. Ms. Baker. Mr. Miller.
Here.
Mr. Tuma.
Here.
Mr. Gallagher.
Here.
Mr. Strawn. Council President Brady.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. Pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Is there any public comment?
Yes, Mr. President. The first speaker is Mr. Rich Raphael.
Okay. Welcome.
Thank you, Mr. President, members of council. Good afternoon. My name is Rich Raphael, and I'm here today representing Clevelanders for Public Transit. We'd like to take just a few moments of your time to call your attention to the urgent need for a regular transit rider to be appointed to the RTA board. In the past, riders have not had adequate representation on the board, and we feel that that is a great injustice to riders because it's riders who lose out when their voices are not represented. I have given to the council clerk a piece of paper that I have been asked to submit to council and to the county executive with a list of potential names for possible consideration. And we would ask that you would please take note of these things. In the current environment of public transit in Cuyahoga County, one definition that I know of insanity is repeating the same things over and over again, expecting different results. If you keep doing what you've always done, you're going to keep getting what you've always got. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is not acceptable for every bus rider in every one of your districts. They deserve better, and we're asking that you please consider these things very carefully to help us help them get there. Thank you very much for your time and attention.
Thank you.
Next speaker is Ms. Linda Reynolds.
Good afternoon, and thank you for your opportunity for public comment. I'm here to speak about Norma Hurd Women's Shelter, now YWCA, and the health risks that are currently rampant there. My hope is that there will be, in the outcome of what I say, maybe a task committee to look into some of the safety risks that we have there. The one thing, excessive overcrowding is still a major issue. There are still women on the floor excessively, and the shelter has become a revolving door. The second thing is the drug and alcohol community there, the addiction community there, pose a risk for those of us who are 71 years of older, of which I'm one, and for women who do not have those problems. The third thing is there is a serious problem on holidays and some other days of understaffing. The last two holidays, we had 2 staff people on, 2 staff, with always an excessive attendance of women during holidays and weekends. We had 2 staff people. That's 100 to 125 people, women per person. And that seems to be the pattern in the last 2 holidays since the YWCA took over. And now I stand here saying these things knowing that there may be some retribution for me. Also, the problem with, well, I'd like to suggest something that I think might be a remedy. There are buildings within a stone's throw, 1 block over on Superior, that there could be an alternate treatment site as part of the shelter for drug and alcohol addicted women. where there would be room for members of the medical community, members of the mental health community, and members of the addiction community that are professionals to be able to offer services on a continual, separated basis. That would allow those of us who are simply trying to get our lives together, because I live there as a 71-year-old senior, I live there, to be able to process ourselves out of that building. It is impossible when you are wakened 3 to 4 times a night. And when staff moves people into a dorm at midnight. This morning, it was probably 1 or 2 o'clock before there was opportunity to get proper rest. At that point, we are up at 8. We have to be out by 8. At 7:45, our dorms were locked. That means you cannot, if you are showering or you have to do something else in the building, you cannot get in that room to get your personal belongings. I myself sat in the lobby once for an hour and a half before I could get in that dorm to get my purse out. So I'm saying that there are some viable things that can happen that could alleviate some of these problems if there was a task committee, and not just the normal staff and the new administrations, what we're doing. I'm talking about brass tacks. Now, I am myself a retired professional. I have a master's in counseling. I look at the problem. I see the problem. I know what the problem is, but I'm caught in the middle. Through no fault of my own, I'm caught in the middle. I didn't actually do something to get myself there. And there are a lot of people, women that are there because of other types of circumstances other than not being responsible and not knowing how the system works. We're there, but we're trapped there. So I'm just asking for a task committee where we can sit down, where residents can sit down and talk about verifiable problems and solutions. Thank you.
Final speaker is Ms. Liu.
Ms. Liu?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. I guess it will be kind of a reflection. This time, you have heard something as very evident as all the facts from somebody rather than Lou. 2 years ago, I'm glad County Council finally came to the realization that homeless shelters do have problems. So we were granted to have a public hearings. That video, we can still search it on YouTube or county's own website. If you have a doubt, please watch that. As the gentleman earlier said, if we keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result, I doubt who can perform that miracle for all of us. DCFS problem just came up, but that's not actually happened just that night in March. All these problems have been an accumulation for decades. I have stated here, frontline service has been monopolized funding and housing resources, which stays true. YWCA utilized the limited funding to hire more caseworkers. But for some strange reason, they are refrained to use a different set of rules and regulations. That's why we all still have to be out 8 a.m. and nobody can actually meet their caseworker easily. Same thing with the RTA. That gentleman, he represents a group introducing a term for us, death spiral. And death spiral is spreading out. For the people all get stuck with traffic, no bus on time, losing jobs, or becoming homeless, or suffering already in some kind of shelter. We do need your help, and we know you are working hard. However, people's lives are still at stake. The only suicide attempt case, it was also 2 years ago, that person right now had to come back to this shelter. What will happen to her? Please help. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Is anybody else?
No, Mr. President.
Okay. I'd like to have a motion to approve the minutes as printed on the agenda. So moved. Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? The minutes are approved. We'll go right to the legislation introduced by the council this evening. Consideration of resolutions of council for first reading and referral to committee.
Resolution number 2018-0140, providing for the submission to the electors of the County of Cuyahoga an amendment to enact Article 15 of the county charter establishing the Agency of Inspector General and to provide for the appointment, removal, qualifications, and powers and duties, including access to county information and subpoena power of the Inspector General.
All right, this will be referred to the committee of the whole. And this and the next three items are all recommendations that have been made by our Charter Commission.
Resolution number 2018-0141, providing for the submission to the electors of the County of Cuyahoga an amendment to Article 9 of the County Charter, clarifying the roles and responsibilities of the Personnel Review Commission and the Department of Human Resources to prohibit discrimination on the basis of gender identity expression in county employment and to provide for the establishment of the unclassified service by general law and council ordinance.
And this will also be referred to the committee of the whole.
Resolution number 2018-0142, providing for the submission to the electors of the County of Cuyahoga an amendment to Article 11, Section 11.04 of the County Charter to provide the Department of Internal Auditing discretion to bill departments for the cost of conducting audits and in adopting auditing standards.
Committee of the whole.
Resolution number 2018-0143, providing for the submission to the electors of the County of Cuyahoga an amendment to Article 3, Section 3.09 of the County Charter to empower the council to enact laws governing the election of county officers.
This will, of course, go to the committee of the whole as well. And a reminder to members that Councilwoman Dan Baker will be chairing the committee of the whole for the purpose of the discussion of these charter recommendations. Legislation introduced by the executive, consideration of resolutions for first reading and referral to committee.
Resolution number 2018-0144, authorizing an agreement with Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District in the amount not to exceed $1,100,000 for disposal of wastewater sewer grit for the period June 1, 2018 through May 31, 2020.
It's referred to Public Works.
Resolution number 2018-0145, authorizing an amendment to contract number CE 17054 with Union Industrial Contractors for rehabilitation of Highland Road bridges over Euclid Creek in the city of Euclid for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $663,367.35, authorizing the county engineer on behalf of the county executive to make an application for allocation from county motor vehicle $7.50 license tax funds and said amount to fund said amendment.
Public Works.
Resolution number 2018-0146, authorizing an amendment to contract number CE 1500334 with Union Eye Care for vision insurance for county employees and their eligible dependents for the period January 1, 2016 through December 31, 2018, to extend the time period to December 31, 2019, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $80,000.
This will also this will be referred to Human Resources.
Resolution number 2018-0147, authorizing an amendment to contract number CE 1500335 with Vision Service Plan for vision insurance for county employees and their eligible dependents for the period January 1, 2016 through December 31, 2018, to extend the time period to December 31, 2019, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $635,000.
This will also be referred to Human Resources.
Resolution number 2018-0148, authorizing an amendment to contract number CE 1500337 with the Guardian Life Insurance Company of America for dental insurance for county employees and their eligible dependents for the period January 1, 2016 through December 31, 2018, to extend the time period to December 31, 2019, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $3,100,000.
Human Resources.
Resolution number 2018-0149, authorizing an amendment to contract number CE 1500-350 with The Guardian Life Insurance Company of America for group life, voluntary life, and accidental death insurance for county employees for the period January 1, 2016 through December 31, 2018, to extend the time period to December 31, 2019, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $1,820,000.
This will also be referred to HR.
Resolution number 2018-0150, authorizing an Economic Development Fund special large-scale attraction forgivable loan in the amount not to exceed $500,000 to Covia Holdings Corporation for the benefit of the Fairmount Santral Unimin Corporation merger and headquarters project to be located at 3 Summit Park Drive in the City of Independence.
This will be referred to Economic Development.
Resolution number 2018-0151, authorizing a state term contract with Woolpert Incorporated in the amount not to exceed $796,408 for digital oblique photography mapping in connection with the Ohio Statewide Imagery Program for the period September 1, 2018 through December 31, 2022.
This will be referred to Finance.
Resolution number 2018-0152, making an award on requisition number 42513 to AmeriCab Transportation in the amount not to exceed $8 million for Medicare non-emergency transportation services for the period September 1, 2018 through August 31, 2020.
And this will be referred to Health and Human Services.
Mr. President, this next item, I'm going to correct it to read in the record. There was a technical correction that was requested by the Office of Early Childhood, and when it came over, the information was not correct, so we are now correcting it today to move forward. And reading into the record, resolution number 2018-0153, making awards on requisition number 41540 to various providers in the total amount not to exceed $8,218,111 for universal pre-kindergarten in Cuyahoga County for the period August 1, 2018 through July 31, 2020. The next phrase will be deleted as waiving a requirement of the county code. And that's it.
Thank you. This will be referred to Education. Committee reports and consideration of resolutions for second reading adoption under suspension of the rules. Could I have a motion to suspend the rules?
Mr. President, I move to suspend the rules.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, the ayes have it. Rules are suspended.
Resolution number 2018-0120, confirming the county executive's appointment of Walter Parfiowitz upon his taking the oath of office as Director of the Department of Health and Human Services and declaring the necessity that this resolution become immediately effective.
Could I have a motion to adopt? Second. Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, the ayes have it. Resolution is adopted. Congratulations, Walter P. And at this time, if the Chief of Staff could come forward, Mr. Lyken, and administer the oath to Mr. Parfiowitz.
You raise your right hand, Walter. I, Walter Parfiowitz,
I, Walter Parfiowitz,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, uphold, and defend
that I will support, uphold, and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and the Charter and laws
and the Charter and laws
of the County of Cuyahoga, Ohio,
of the County of Cuyahoga, Ohio,
that I will faithfully,
faithfully,
honestly, diligently,
and impartially
perform and discharge all of the powers and duties incumbent upon me as Director of Health and Human Services in and for the County of Cuyahoga,
in and for the County of Cuyahoga,
State of Ohio,
State of Ohio,
according to the best of my ability and understanding,
according to the best of my ability and understanding.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Director Parfialis.
Congratulations.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you. Very good. All right.
Resolution number 2018-0121, confirming the county executive's appointment of Michelle Pomerantz upon her taking the oath of office as Director of the Department of Regional Collaboration and declaring the necessity that this resolution become immediately effective. Obviously, this was pending committee recommendation, and it did receive that recommendation.
Move to adopt.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion?
I just wanted
Yes,
to,
Councilwoman.
Mr. President, add my name.
Add
to
Councilwoman
this.
Simon's name,
And I have mine as well.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hauser's name as well,
Conwell.
and Conwell. All those in favor, anybody who wants their name on this resolution, just let the clerk know. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? No.
Recuse.
Councilman Shrine is a no vote. And one recusal. I'm sorry, Councilwoman Brown is recusing.
Yes, sir, I have it.
All right, all those in favor say aye. Aye. We did that, didn't we? No. All right. We done? Good. All right, come forward.
Yes.
I, Michelle Pomerantz,
I, Michelle Pomerantz,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, uphold, and defend
that I will support, uphold, and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and the Charter and laws
and the Charter and laws
of the County of Cuyahoga, Ohio,
and the County of Cuyahoga, Ohio,
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
diligently,
diligently,
and impartially
and impartially
perform and discharge
perform and discharge
all of the powers and duties
all of the powers and duties
incumbent upon me
incumbent upon me
as Director of Regional Collaboration
as Director of Regional Collaboration
in and for the County of Cuyahoga,
in and for the County of Cuyahoga,
State of Ohio,
State of Ohio,
according to the best of my ability and understanding,
according to the best of my ability and understanding,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations, Director
Thank you.
Palmer.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Very good. All right. Madam Clerk?
Okay. Resolution number 2018-0139, making awards to various municipalities for various municipal grant projects in connection with the 2018 Community Development Block Grant Municipal Grant Program for the period July 1, 2018 through December 31, 2018. This item was pending committee recommendation. It did receive that recommendation. Additionally, council members Jones and Simon have requested to be a sponsor.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Seconded. Any discussion?
Yes. Of the 51 communities eligible to apply for these municipal grant dollars, these 12 have been recommended. They were vetted in committee and to our satisfaction, and I ask my colleagues for their support in passage of these items.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Ayes have it. Resolution is adopted. Miscellaneous committee reports. I'm going to start over here.
As mentioned earlier, the Committee of the Whole will be meeting next Tuesday, the 17th, at 1 o'clock to discuss the 4 proposed charter amendments.
Mr. President, my colleague, Finance and Budget, will meet at its regularly scheduled time this coming Monday, the 16th, at 1 o'clock. We'll have the quarterly review of the ERP plus one IT contract that was referred today. Thank you.
Mr. President, Contracting and Procurement Committee will meet at its regularly scheduled time the week of the 16th.
Thank you.
Okay. Economic Development meet at 3 o'clock on the 16th.
Through the chair, HHS 718 at 1 o'clock.
All right. Anybody else? Councilwoman Simon?
Wednesday, the regular scheduled time.
All right. All right. Any other miscellaneous business? Hearing none, this council meeting is adjourned.